And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gem of the Crypto, episode 969. Today is Thursday, June 16th, 2022, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitboy Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish, in today's top stories. Bitboy founder. I thought his name was Bitboy. Bitboy founder threatens class action lawsuit against Celsius. BitMEX co-founder Benjamin Dello avoids jail, receives 30 months probation. Liquidity provider asks platform to freeze 3AC funds to recover assets after litigation. Banking uses 56 times more energy than Bitcoin, value chain reports. And Metaverse could be worth $5 trillion by 2030. McKinsey report says, but first and foremost, what's going on with the prices?
Oh, yeah. So let's take a look at our prices for today. Not looking too good still, but hey, this is the market you chose. This is what you got to deal with. So Bitcoin's at $20,869, down 3.5%. Ethereum at $1,099 is down 3.5% as well. Binance Coin at $215 is down 0.5%. Cardano sitting at 48 cents is down 0.6% today. XRP at 31 cents is down 0.7%. Solana sitting at $30 is up almost 2% today. And Dogecoin at 5 cents is up 1.3%. And our biggest gainers for today, LF World up 1,738%. TIDEX token up 544%. And BMail up 519%. And if you look over here at trending, Celsius token is down 16% today. And we'll talk more about Celsius in a minute here. So a lot of blood in the markets. This is good. We're cleaning out the trash. As somebody put on Twitter, they said last time we hit 4K, we hit it twice before we went back up. So even though we hit 20K right now, may not want to try and catch a falling knife, let it even out before you try and dump your entire savings into it. Maybe we may get lower as well.
All right, some quick shout outs this morning. What's going on? Satoshi Slim, Michael Kennedy, Wendy Nichols, Damon King, Junior Maley, let's see, Solar Goodness, Goddess, Satoshi Slim just called me El Chappy Yimmy Yo. What's going on, Yimmy Yo? Man, Yimmy, somebody then snag your hoodie again, man. That hoodie gets gone around my place, bro. So I'm gonna try to get it back again this weekend. Reno Gamble, what's up, Miss K, G man? Good morning. Anyway, I can stop from getting late notifications. Only thing we can think of is just put all notifications next to it, and hopefully that works. It's a combination of a shadow ban. It's a combination of us having more shows than 3 during a 24-hour period. And it's a combination of just in general YouTube jacking up. So make sure you try to do that. What's that?
Hey.
Let's say, hey, Zay, Ryan says, any advice on what I need to say to 401k people to make them give me my money? They try to make it impossible.
Well, you can take it out early, but it's like a 15 or 20% charge. I mean, they can hassle with you all you want, but you're supposed to be able to take it out whenever you want. They just hit you with that charge. But if you wanted to move your 401k to Bitcoin, there's options there as well. There's a bunch of companies that was at the Bitcoin conference. So that's 2 different ways, but you should be able to take out your 401k early. You're just going to get hit with a 15, 20% strike.
And speaking of that, we will officially have a partner with that here, hopefully within the next couple of months. And then also a new content creator is going to be coming on board as well. I just spoke to him yesterday. Shout out to Leland if he's listening. But he's going to be repping for the 55 and older crowd. People, you all have been wanting it. You said you had enough of our boomer jokes and AARP. Is that the people? I don't even know the people. I'm just trying to talk smack. I don't even know the people. I'm just trying to trigger y'all. I don't even know the names of this stuff. But yeah, literally, we're going to have somebody to represent for the 55 and older crowd. He's going to be talking Roth IRAs and roll them over to Bitcoin and crypto, what you can do with your portfolios. Essentially, he already told me he wants to be there for that generation that may be on its way out of working, looking toward retirement, that may have disposable income, or those who don't have disposable income and looking to make it before it's too late. He wants to cover down on all those 55 plus folks. So officially, we have, I don't know, maybe we'll call it the boomers in Bitcoin or something. I don't know.
I thought it was gonna call it. I thought it was gonna call it Ben Gay in Bitcoin. That's what I'm
Ben Gay in Bitcoin, hilarious. You all know we love to trigger everybody. It's all love, but again, we're gonna have you covered too. So as I already stated, like literally, if it's a spot for us to cover, we're gonna find some people knowledgeable enough to cover it, and we'll be there to support on our channel as well. So be on the lookout for that also. All
One
right.
second.
Other than that, go ahead.
Can I throw out one more name? Can
Yeah.
we bucket list Bitcoin? How about that?
Oh, that's a good one. Bucket list
Hey.
Bitcoin. I love that one. All right, so we got three. Hold on, I got to write all three of those and go back to them with those. We got bucket list Bitcoin. We got Bitcoin and boomers, or boomers and Bitcoin. And I forgot the third one.
Ben Gay and Bitcoin.
Ben Gay and Bitcoin. There we go. I like that one. Ben Gay and Bitcoin. All right.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we got
love all our boomers. Love all our boomers. Shout out to all you.
Hey, shout out to our Warriors. You know we love y'all, but y'all are not against getting these jokes too. We give them to everybody, okay? Other than that, let's get started with the top story of the day. Everybody saying LOL, that's wrong. And you know we just messing with y'all. Oh my goodness, just called me L, said my crypto has fallen and it can't get up. Bang, bang, shots fired. You are hilarious. Gen X and Fickle. Let's see what else we have. Wealth Risings, 50 is a new 25, LOL. Oh man, y'all crazy. You can't say that because 25 is illegal then. You gotta come on, you can't go that low. All right. I'll go back to those comments because you all are rolling those jokes in right now. So all good. But let's get to the top story of the day. That is right. None other than your fearless leader. And I say your because he does, hey, love it, hate it, wherever you feel about it. He probably has the biggest following in cryptocurrency when it comes to YouTubing, I guess, and the podcasting of that sort. And of course, he was just featured on EYL. So as I say, your leader in crypto, Bitboy, founder threatens class action lawsuit against Celsius. I mean, you're talking about cryptocurrency and class action lawsuits in the same sentence. Saying it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Bitboy crypto founder Ben Armstrong said that Celsius won't let him withdraw money from the platform without sending more money to it first. And this right here, and no offense if you listen to Bitboy Ben, I never met him, so I have nothing against him. I don't think I even really said anything negative about his platform, with the exception of it just caught me off guard of how he has so many subs and followers. When no offense again to him, but just like, what year did he come in? Like 2019, 2020?
2017 maybe.
No, it was not 2017, unless it was on TikTok. But
well,
that stuff always. My point is listen. I'm saying this because I'm not trying to down the guy. It's just I don't see him as an expert in the space, more of as an enthusiast for sure. So it just caught me off guard that so many people follow just another enthusiast. But hey, props to that. But I'm just saying that it's definitely funny to me that this is like the leader of these folks, and it's like, bro, you doing a lawsuit? Like this whole point of this is to get away from all of this stuff. But that is right. Just 2 weeks after appearing in the Ask Me Anything AMA with Celsius founder Alec Mashinsky. Wait, I'm confused about this. After appearing, was he on the AMA with them?
Yeah.
Stop it.
He got Mashinsky. He got Mashinsky.
Bro, wait, because I read this wrong when we first were talking about. I thought Alex Mashinsky did the AMA by himself. Bitcoin Ben was on the AMA. Bro, you had him with the AMA and you still got hoodwinked? And oh my goodness. Celsius founder Alex Mashinsky, crypto YouTuber Ben Armstrong has announced he intends to file a class action lawsuit against the lending platform and its chief executive. Armstrong made legal threats via Twitter on Wednesday and has since provided more detail on multiple threads. His issue is centered on being unable to pay down loans with existing funds on the platform and instead having to deposit new funds to pay the loans off. Our account rep told us we had enough money in our account to pay off a loan, but we can't use money in our account. We have to send Celsius more money to pay it off. And then as you can see here, imagine an insolvent company that you can't withdraw your money from, asking you to send them more money, he added. Again, this is the Wild West of crypto. Everyone who claims to be a subject matter expert should already know that in this space. And I think, honestly, the reason why, just my first observing this thing, I think the reason why he feels comfortable going with the class action lawsuit and the reason why he's going with the class action lawsuit is not only can he not get his money off, if that's true, but I'm thinking since you just had an AMA with this guy 2 weeks ago, the majority of your subscribers can't get their money off either, which means you have your entire support and customer base looking at you crazy because you're like, hey, you just brought this guy on 2 weeks ago on the AMA. I'm assuming because of the way I've heard you do business, you probably was like, hey guys, you want a quick, easy 10, 20%, go on this platform. You got 500,000 people that followed suit and went to it. And now they're hoodwinking you all. Now, my thing is, again, he has his own account person. So if they're getting Bitcoin Ben, the money's going for sure. But I'm not even sure they're getting him. as much as he sees the opportunity for his community. If his community is getting got and they're reaching back out to him like, hey, you just had these guys on AMA, like you told us to go into this, what's going on? This could be an opportune time for him to say, hey, let's do a whole class action lawsuit, especially if his money is at stake and he's not getting his money back either. But again, this is crazy to see. You just had a CEO on. You got what 1.45 million subscribers on your channel, and you're getting slapped around like this. And what's even more interesting before you take this over Bitcoin Zay, how in the fuck from Wednesday tweets this made Thursday on Cointelegraph? Damn Cointelegraph, Dr. Phil can't get a shout out.
They follow. They follow the big time.
Bitcoin Zay on Fox Business can't get a shout out. Like none of these other things where we're shedding great lights on in Bitcoin publicly can get a shout out. But when you go to that followers and that money, we got it. But really quick, one thing I will point out is the author. I mean, just looking at him looks kind of young, so that kind of what it is. But again, everybody's getting upset about the market and all this other stuff. This is the game we're playing. You want the high subscriber count. You want the money to be going in and out and this, that, and the other. No one wants to talk education. No one wants to slow down and say, hey, there might be some holes in this defense when we're looking at BlockFi, Celsius, and Nexo. No one wants to do those things. But as soon as something goes wrong, oh, man. Hold on. I got to do it. As soon as something goes wrong, this is what happens.
Who
can we call for help? Can we call the government? Get the government. Now it's time to get the government. Now it's time to get the government involved.
And it's gone.
What are your thoughts on this, Zay?
Hey, man, you can't enter the shitcoin casino and complain because you lost on red. That's not our problem. You enter the shitcoin casino, now you got to deal with Joe Pesci. It is what it is. So, and when people talk about this market, we always say, yes, you can make some money in crypto if you do the right things, but you can also lose it because this is similar to the Wild West. Of course, there are legal proceedings that can take place. So he does have precedent. I mean, people have sued exchanges before. The funny thing is I did look it up. He started his channel February 2018 in the middle of a bear market.
To be clear, again, my bad to cut you off. I don't respect the Q1 2018 babies. Hype train. They caught it at the top of the market. They were trying to run with it. But go ahead.
Exactly. I mean, that's a lot of the people in Q1 2018 and quarter two. They ran with the hype train. They kept thinking it was going to recover instantly because the price had just hit 20K. And what ended up happening was they had to stay in the market for 2 years just to see growth in their assets. So again, what we always say, bear market creates the best holders. So that's probably why he stayed till now. But I think a few things from this. One, like we discussed before the show, I already had my doubts about Mashinsky when he said he created voice over IP. Actually, no, that was created by a Black woman named Marianne Croak. She's now the senior VP for AT&T. She's got over 100 and something patents. So when he said that, I was already kind of off of Mashinsky. But Celsius by itself, whenever you promise these high APYs, there's always going to be an issue at some point for liquidity whenever the market goes down. So Bitboy should have known this. The problem is they haven't been around for almost a decade like myself, or 6 to 7 years like King. They are just entering the market and now they're ruffled because something happened to their money. And it's like, yeah, these proceedings could take 2-3 years to drag out. So even if you do come with file a class action lawsuit, it could be years.
That is true.
I mean, that's the main thing about the Wild West is like, yeah, in the Wild West, if you want to go to court, cool, but we're going to drag this out for so long and you don't want to go. You might as well just go stand back to back and duel it out. And that's what the Wild West is.
I'm glad you said that because I was about to say, when it comes to the Wild West, what are you supposed to bring? A gun. And what's your gun in this market, people? Your freaking brain. Your brain is your gun, but no one wants to use it. Why? Because money, psychological greed. Hey, got to get more money, more subs, go crazy. Like, people, how many times have we said, like, it is so easy to get subs in this market? Literally, if we title all our shows and do every show every day where it's a specific altcoin, we say, XRP is going up 3,000 after this SEC lawsuit. People, we would literally have 5 to 10,000 people on the video. We tried it, but we already know it's true. Whenever we talk shit about a coin, those videos do a lot better because people think we're going to talk good about it. Imagine we were actually to talk good about a project and pump it. Like, it is literally the easiest way to get subs when it does it. But I make that point because it doesn't make you a subject matter expert in the space. And what's crazy about this one, again, no offense to Ben Armstrong, Bitcoin, Bitboy or whatever, because he has been doing a great job as far as being consistent and bringing more people over to crypto and everything. But again, people who are the main influencers in this space are getting caught by what I consider easy layups. Again, we talked about Celsius in the masterclass, and the things he talks about in his tweets are things not only did we say in the masterclass, but we also reiterate through numerous shows, and once again re-enumerated yesterday. First and foremost, Bitcoin Ben Armstrong, I take that back. You did lose some money. You lost a lot of money. You know how I know? Because he is over here doxing people. Hey, this dude Ronald, that's my account manager right there. Holla at him, people. Bro, how you gonna put my man's out there, Bitcoin Ben? Hey, he put my man Ronald out there. Look, Ronald got his picture going. Hey, Ronald then disappeared off the set. Ronald is gone. Hey, Bitcoin Ben, that was a cold move, my boy. Like, goodness gracious. Ronald said he gone. What was the other tweet I clicked? I'm not sure which is one. But let's go ahead and look at some of the tweets. I really want to go through these really quick. How Celsius and Muskeshki are actively scamming people right now. Thread. Again, like literally our masterclass came out June 26th of last year, people. So I mean, hey, these people don't want to work with us. They don't want us on their shows. They don't want to partner with us, do anything with us, but they're still getting hit with layups. And these are the experts. I mean, that part, notwithstanding it being him, is funny to me. It doesn't have to be him. Let's say this person's name is ABC XYZ. The fact that ABC XYZ has 1.5 million subscribers and followers and all this other stuff, and is speaking from a position of being an expert, and are still getting hit with layups, getting beat by layups, is crazy to me. Our account rep at Celsius is Ronald, whatever. He told us we had enough money in our account to pay off a loan, but we can't use money in our account. We have to send Celsius more money to pay it off. Imagine an insolvent company that you can't withdraw your money from asking you to send them more money. Literally defies logic, blah, blah, blah. It's because they are totally insolvent. The money that shows in our account isn't actually there. People, we have said that many times. You all think you're staking. You think you're doing X, Y, and Z. If it is not a decentralized platform, more than likely you're not. They're acting like you're doing it, and then on the back end, they're doing whatever the hell they want to do. But you're not actually doing what you think you're doing. And perfect example, people, you keep going to these DeFi platforms. No, they're not giving you full control and allowing you an ability to do what you want. Like, that is the crazy part about the true DeFi space. It is very difficult to maneuver in DeFi. You got to go to bridges. You got to do this. You got to do that. It takes 10, 15, 20 minutes to make that transaction happen sometimes. But that's because it's brand new and it's DeFi, and these things aren't easily 1, 2, 3 clicks. Whereas on a CDFI platform like Celsius, they're making it super easy because you're not actually doing it. You're just giving them capital. But he says because they're totally insolvent, the only reason we can't use it is not there. And these idiots, no offense, but you can't call them idiots when they have everyone's money. I mean, if I said, Zay, watch this. In 3 years, I'll show you how to get $500 million. Poof. And it comes up with $500 million in less than 3 years. No matter what I did to do it, I'm not an idiot. I got the $500 million. The person who put their money into a CDFI platform for whatever reason and kept it on there is the actual idiot. I'm just going to put that out there. And these idiots have the audacity to think we're going to send more. Yes, they do think you're going to have the audacity to send more because you already sent some.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, they do think that.
Hey, like Ice Cream Slim said, in every transaction, there's a pimp and there's a hoe. And if you're the one paying the money, you the hoe.
It is. Ben Armstrong, this is a pure scam to try to bring in fresh money from users to pay off loans. You see, once Ethereum hits a certain number, we get liquidated and lose all of our collateral against a loan. So they are trying to take advantage of fear in the market to pad their pockets. This is true as well. This is why we say you have to be careful with these things, and there should only be discretionary income on them. As they head towards bankruptcy, make no mistake about it, at this point now, I see their game. At this point, after I had their CEO on AMA to 1.5 million people, now I see the game. Now that they stolen from me, I get it. It's only a matter of time before their biggest position gets liquidated at 16.5 for Bitcoin. Oh, somebody called 17K. Listen, I don't know why y'all have different channels. All right, say I don't know why y'all watching different. And to be clear, and as I was reading his tweets, it reads like he watched this yesterday too and talked about it. That's all I'm gonna say. It reads like you watched this yesterday. If you did, can we at least give some props? Because you're not saying 16.5 out the blue, buddy. No, not when you pump everything. You're not saying 16.5 out of the blue. They know it. As it gets closer, they're pulling out stops. Does this all sound familiar? Holding people's money hostage? Well, it should, because the most common scam for petty hackers and fishers. Again, you're calling this a common scam for petty hackers and fishers, but they have your money. Here's how it works. Someone says there, and again, he's about to show how the petty scams work. Again, we go through this in the masterclass. Everything he's about to tweet about how these scams work, we cover in the masterclass exactly how the script looks. So essentially, he goes over the script. Again, we've included that script in the masterclass as well. If you ever want to see that script, I think we also showed it on the show as well. Boom, boom, boom. He keeps talking about the script. And then he says, keep in mind, these victims are real people with families who have been praying for a big break. And now they have finally found it. But sadly, we know the 100,000 likes, blah, blah, blah. Again, keep in mind that these victims are real people with families. You're pumping shit coins. Like Zay said, like you're in the casino, like stop it, like be consistent, paying off student debt with cars, stuff like that. So this is where go ahead.
You can't talk shit about the craps table and you over there playing 21 blackjack. You know what I mean? Like you can't be like, look at those scammers over there while we over here doing it the right way. Come on, man.
This is crazy.
We're all in the casino together.
He said, you see, the victim is told they can pull their money off anytime by paying an administrative fee of $5,000, which hurts. But remember, there's $100,000 online. So the scammer is easily able to get more money from the victims. Again, okay, there's a few more, so I'll finish these. It looks like one thing I'll say about that, again, people, like I can't say this enough because we covered it so many times. Literally in the masterclass, I say on all these platforms, I say, hey, they know how much money you're making. So don't be surprised if they come out the blue and hit you with fees up to 6% or 7% or whatever that is, because they know how much you're bringing in. I literally verbatim said that in the masterclass about these platforms. Like, I have to laugh at this. I'm sorry. I have to laugh at this because it's like, no one wants to work with us. And it's like, yo, hey, y'all not putting in the work though. Y'all not putting in the work, researching, testing this shit out, doing the deep dives. But you have these audiences that you are literally leading to the slaughter. I can't do anything but laugh at everybody paying tuition. You could pay a $2,000 tuition, or it looks like you could pay $100,000 tuition. It is literally up to you. Doesn't mind at all. And actually, shout out to the masterclass supporters and the new people. About 5 or 6 more people reached out yesterday. So shout out to you all that asked for that coupon code to get on top of it. And they will bleed their victims dry by squeezing fee after fee after fee until the victim finally realizes they have been scammed. The scammers are relentless, will do anything to get more money out of you. Celsius Network and Mashesky are the scammers, and Ronald also. I like how you put Ronald also.
Put Ronald in there. Damn, Ronald.
So again, to be clear, the guy that you did AMA with 2 weeks ago is a scammer. Okay, I got it. Just make sure I'm on the same page. And today I'm the victim, kicking myself for wondering how I let this get so bad and so far, kicking myself for not seeing the obvious Ponzi right in front of my face, lured in by the facade of the charm of a psychopathic scammer. I guess we all thought Celsius Network was being, no, we all did not. I guess they all thought on his side, Celsius Network was being responsible and earning returns in safe environments, when in reality, they are just CDFI degens who never had any clue what they were doing. Mic drop. Ben, shout out to Bitboy. You have done a great job building a community. Invite us on, brother. Invite us on. We need to start working together, same as we do with Crypto Blood and many other people in the space. We share ideas, resources, and knowledge about these things so you won't get caught off guard. To me, your tweet thread was not a mic drop. To me, it was a damning evidence of you not knowing what you're doing, no offense, and you're leading 1.5 million people to the slaughter. So again, stop with the mic drops. Stop with the whole, I guess we all thought Celsius Network was being responsible. Like, literally, no, we outlined all these things already a year ago. The same way we outlined things with Terra Luna about 2 to 3 months before that happened, or whenever that was. So what are we, 6-0 on the week?
I think we also called BlockFi as well.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely called Block. I called all 3 of them in that same thing.
Yeah, because anything with high APYs, you got to have the liquidity on the back end to service all of your customers if they all showed up at the same time. Now, do banks do that? No. We already know they do reapplication. But if you do, but they do have liquidity. That's the thing, is they can just print it. You don't. So that's the thing. If you're on the back end not doing the same thing as them, this is the issues we have. But also too, just to mention about his experience in the market, is this his first time this has happened to him? Because I mean, between Cryptopia, Poloniex, Bittrex, we'd have been through all the exchanges. We'd have seen it all. We'd have seen all the rug pulls. We've seen them come and go. And that's why, again, why we always say no keys, no cheese. And then when you start using these platforms, be safe, get your money, and get out. If you are on the fiat path to make fiat, take profits and go. And then
people don't all take profit.
Yeah, you gotta take profits at some point. Don't be greedy. But at the same time, it is hard for people to join these platforms and then lose money for the first time because again, you got to pay tuition, and once you get hit with that bill, hey, it's a tough pill to swallow. Anybody remember the first time they saw their college bill? He was like, "This costs what? For what?"
Yeah, I know, right? For to learn about Kumbaya. And really quick, I want to add to that too. Oh yeah, just said something. I was about to slip my memory. You know, I'm terrible at this. Really quick. What did you just mention? Go back.
Exchanges.
What else?
I'm not sure.
I'll get to it. You had mentioned something great. I didn't want to cut you off, but I was going to speak back. One thing I will say about this Bitboy Ben thing too, it looks like he has an entirely new thread that's developed or whatever. Here's where it's messed up and what's crazy. If Bitboy Ben had issues, you better believe everyone else had major issues, because if he's the biggest influencer in the cryptocurrency space and he has these people on speed dial and he has a problem, people have problems. But he said, quick thread on Celsius network class action lawsuit developments for everyone. And here's where it's going to get funny for him. He already came out angry and puffed his chest, and because I'm assuming 6 digits. He probably want that quick 10, 20%. I'll throw 100K up there, 120, 150K. I can see him throwing 100K up there. That's probably why he used that number, 50K to 100K. For someone of his stature and standing, that seems to be normal to me, especially what we know about people in this space. I think 100K is fair, and that's definitely something you will want back. And I'm saying all that to say, I can see this unfolding where he gets his money back and he does, everything's cool, and then this whole class action, at least coming from him, it'll wither down. Celsius will be like, hey, because the way it works, people, as Bitcoin to say, we work with Bittrex and all these other people, or Shittrex and all these other people. Arbitration is already built into most of these terms of service in the crypto sector, which means you're going to sit in front of our high-powered lawyer and they're going to come up with a decision. You're going to agree to it. You're not going to take it to court. And by using this platform, you've already agreed to it. So more than likely what's happening, as he actually even says here, I can't say. If you can't say, then that means you're already dealing with a legal team, their legal team, arbitration, which means you can't speak about it publicly. So already you just first came out, class action, everybody. Oh, I'm getting my money back. I can't tell y'all what we talked about. All right. So anyway, I can't say, but I'll generally tell you where we stand. Spoke with lawyers who assisted me in past and in ongoing lawsuit. What do you like to know? LOL. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I see. We know how this game is. As of now, we're going through all disclosures, documents, loan details, and connecting with A+ class action attorneys to find the best path forward. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but discovered today that restructuring lawyers at Celsius and Meshesky have retained. Yeah, they're not going to just let you come roll up on them when they got $300 to $500 million, whatever they got. Yeah, so they're specializing in companies for bankruptcy, and he's going more into detail. Like I said, if he kicks up enough dust, they're going to give him his money back, and in arbitration, they're going to say, you're going to stop all this, and this is over. And everyone else who's following him, hoping for this class action, he's going to be like, hey, good luck, y'all. Y'all need to do what I did and get this lawyer that costs $50,000 a day or whatever, and you might be able to get your crypto back. So now he's talking self-custody and stuff. But again, at the end of the day, this is Q2 2022. Now he's talking self-custody. So again, this isn't personal to you, Bitcoin Ben, but it's happened to you. You went public with it, so we have to use you as an example. It sucks as it's happened, buddy, but if you want to avoid these type of things in the future, definitely reach out to us, man. Like, it is what it is. Any last minute thoughts on that one?
Well, yeah, somebody mentioned Moon Carl. I don't know if you know him on Twitter, that he had 200 million on Celsius.
Woo.
Sheesh. That's when you should be sending the Marines and sending the boys there. 200 million on there. But nothing much more to say about this. As you can see people paying their tuition in real time. We've seen it over and over. The reason why most of the people at the top in this space are pretty humble is because if you're not, this market will humble you.
Yep. Oh, that is what I was going to say in regards to it slipped my memory that quick. I'm in the comments. Oh man, it keeps coming and leaving. I will figure it out in a minute. I keep forgetting. I don't know. This whole thing is crazy to me again. Like, these are layups. Celsius and Terra. Layups, people. And even if they weren't layups, you shouldn't be over leveraged into those type of platforms and projects. Like, if those go down, you should be like, shit, I lost house money. I lost profit. Like, I already took off my main profit. This is secondary profit, right? You say you're making 10 to 20.
I lost my drink. I lost my drink money for this month. Like, yeah, it shouldn't be like, oh, my life savings are gone.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Boom. All right, before I forget it. So that's what I was gonna say. Crypto Blood, if you're listening, CB and everybody else out there, this is why, unless this is the only exception. If you're one of those dollar cost average holders, long term for forever, this will go to my kids, then what I'm about to say doesn't apply to you. If you're doing anything else besides dollar cost averaging and holding for forever, this applies to you. This is why I spend my Bitcoin. Like, how many? Boom! How many times? Exactly. Hey. This is why I spend my. And we had that conversation a few weeks ago. Like literally, when people don't spend, I'm like, yes, this is why you spend. We're not done. This isn't Bitcoin's over and done with. People, we got years and years of growth, adoption, and everything is going to happen in between. We're going to see this thing go up to 100,000 and back down to 60K the next day, then back up to 125 and back down to 54. And you all going to be pissed off when it's sitting at 55K for about 6 months. Like, we're still going to see all this. So unless you're one of those people who are saying, I'm never selling any of it, I'm only buying to hold, then do that. But if you're one of these people who are in and out of the market or whatever, like, this is why I do it, because I'm working the market, I'm in and out of the market, and I'm working full-time in the market to the effect of, yes, crypto is a big part of what comes in, not just fiat. So I'm spending my shit, people. I'm spending my shit because when it hits 20K and it was just at 66 and you didn't spend none of it, and you don't have any more money to dollar cost average for those people who haven't been doing it this way, then you're looking crazy right now. So again, have a strategy, know what you're doing in this space, know why you're doing it, stick with it. All right. That was a show in and of itself. Goodness gracious. BitMEX. Right. We had to do a Bitboy special. No offense, Bitboy. Again, no love lost against him. I don't want to make it seem like that, but it is what it is. Like, if you're the biggest person out there, you got to talk about it. BitMEX co-founder Benjamin Dello avoids jail and received 30 months in probation. What's going on with Benjamin Dello?
Oh, yeah. So Benjamin Dello, who was the co-founder of BitMEX along with Arthur Hayes, he's allowed to leave the country to travel to Hong Kong, where he's a resident, bringing to a close his part in the legal saga, which began in 2020. That was 2 years ago. So I do want to remind people, if you take out these lawsuits or if you get sued, it's usually going to take 2 or 3 years. The sentence was handed down at federal court in New York, follows his guilty plea in February for willingly failing to establish, implement, and maintain an anti-money laundering program at BitMEX. So he will do no jail time, but he will have 30 months of probation and pay a hefty fine. The judge called Dello's violations very serious and said that he knew BitMEX was breaking U.S. law by not implementing AML and KYC regulations. He also took it a few steps further to rectify the situation and for them to become compliant. The thing is, if they've already made $2 billion off of non-KYC Bitcoin trading, and then you come through and you charge them, whatever, 100 million fine, they basically came out on top. No jail time, and they paid a fine that was less than 10% of the money that they made. That's about as good as you can get out whenever you have such a large exchange, because this was the biggest exchange in the space in 2017. Yeah. And going to 2018, 2019. So this is one of the proceedings that happened, and they got off pretty good. But at the same time, you got to have big money to play with the big boys, because that's really what they're looking for.
I mean, not only that, hey, how do you sell probation in Hong Kong? Like, who checking that shit?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
And I'm not even like, no shade. I mean, do your probation where you're allowed to do it at. And then the second thing is, I love how they get and again, I'm being serious when I say I love this, because they didn't do anything wrong, people. Like, they started something new that had no regulation around it. And essentially, no, they did do something wrong. They made too much money and didn't pay the gang. Like, that is literally the only thing they did wrong, was make too much money and not pay the boss. But it's funny, they're talking about they're gonna have house arrest, 6 months of home detention. Like, Brian Armstrong, who's on the same level of these guys, just bought a $133 million home in Bel Air. Like, what? We just did home detention for the last 2 years for COVID. I could do 6 months home. What? Give me $100 million home, a PS5, good internet connection. What? Bruh, I already don't leave the house. Give me a chef.
Especially in today's time, you don't need to leave. I got DoorDash, I got Uber Eats.
I can get crypto. Ain't nobody
leaving. I can get everything you want. You can get delivered to the house, especially if you live in a damn Tony Stark mansion in Bel Air or wherever Arthur Hayes and them live.
Tony Stark. It is a Tony Stark mansion for sure.
I mean, this is not a punishment. This is basically them being able to rest, and then they're just going to float away. I think, out the limelight, take their few hundred million, and just live their life.
There it is. There it is. All right. Let's see. Banking. Oh, these are a couple good stories we wanted to make sure we hit on. While Zay's talking about this banking story, I'll go ahead and take a peek at some of these comments, see what's going on. But banking uses 56 times more energy than Bitcoin. Value chain reports.
Oh
Dun,
man.
dun, dun.
Yeah, I feel like we've been beating this dead horse all the way to the point where we basically using it for weave and for clothing. We beat this dead horse all the way down. But again, yes, analysis of Bitcoin's proof of work and the Lightning Network exposes the banking system as energy hungry, demonstrating that Bitcoin is better for the planet. These are fresh figures on Bitcoin's energy consumption, efficiency, and scalability. They serve to expose the banking sector while bathing the world's largest cryptocurrency in a new light. Actually, the light has always been there. You just wanted to ignore it. This report was published by Michael Kazaka, an IT engineer, cryptographer, and consultant. He says that Bitcoin payments are 1 million times more efficient than the legacy financial system, and that the banking sector uses 56 times more energy than Bitcoin. Anybody watching this right now, if you ever get the energy debate that comes up, go ahead and go to Cointelegraph and save this link. Anytime somebody brings that shit up, just text them this, because the research has been done, people. Even before this report, the research has been done. But the quote he said here, Bitcoin Lightning and Bitcoin in general are really great and very efficient technological solutions that deserve to be adopted on a large scale. This invention is brilliant enough, efficient enough, and powerful enough to get mass adoption. Oh man, who's been saying that since 2013? He founded the payments consultancy Value Chain in late 2021, and he proposed an alternative to the energy estimates provided by Cambridge Bitcoin Electricity Consumption Index, which we all know Cambridge, they got that tap on the shoulder, so they had to put what they can put. But again, if you look at the stats here, I don't want to go through every single one, but if you look at the stats here, Bitcoin is obviously a better use case for banks. Again, if you look at banks, they got buildings everywhere that's half empty. They got a bunch of employees. They have lights on and running machines all day. They got to transport money. They got to receive the money, put it in these vaults that take a lot of energy. You got to get security. You got to have cross-border payments. You got to have the software and the artificial intelligence to make all these payments. All for what? For a bullshit legacy financial system where the inflation rate is over almost 9%, actually more than that, and where the value of the dollar has gone down 99%, and they don't have your money in the bank. That is what I call inefficient, my people, and that's why Bitcoin is still the best option. It's just going to take some time for us or for people to realize this is a superior money system. We're moving into the future, and if you're not ready for it, we got to drag your ass with us. Oh well, you coming too. But everybody's going to capitulate, and with stats like this is why we say that Bitcoin is pretty ironclad at this point. And do what you want, but the stats show otherwise.
There it is. There it is. A couple of comments over here. Cryptonomics was like, yeah, what's up with all this lawsuit mess? This is not like where crypto started was supposed to be. I'm with you. Yeah, 2016. Could you imagine? Like, I mean, their only lawsuit they were talking about then, which wasn't even in this country, really was the Mount Gox. Not even a lawsuit, just really trying to get people to figure out what the hell happened. Crypto Key said, I seen Bitboy on Earn Your Leisure the other day, and he did say that he is now an expert in the crypto space. So there you have it.
Yes. I heard him say it. I heard him say the word.
Oh, you did hear him say it. So I've never heard him say it. That's why I wasn't gonna get him.
I heard him say the words. I feel like I'm an
expert, brother.
And I was like, all right. That's what I said. Like when I watched, I had it in my ear listening while I was watching the game at the same time. So I would hear like snippets of what he was saying, but that really perked me when he said, I feel like I'm an expert. And I was like, Adam Back doesn't even call himself an expert. His name is in the damn white paper. Like, shout out to Adam Back. I did meet him at the conference too. Cool dude.
Hey, shout out to Adam Back. Was he cool dude?
Yeah, cool dude, chilling. You know what I mean? Like most people that's already, you know, in the space are. But yeah, I mean, you're not an expert. I mean, nobody is, because things can change next week. And even we don't call ourselves experts. We have a lot of good information. But at the same time, if you call yourself an expert, it has to be an industry that's been around at least 20 years. I mean, that's just my personal feelings. If it hasn't been around at least 20 years to see all of the changes and 4 or 5 bear markets and 4 or 5 bull markets, then what are we talking about here? So right now, we're both, me and King are both really good at what we do. But when you call yourself an expert, you basically just put a target on your back, because the real expert is about to start asking questions. And that's when it's going to get real sticky.
And one of the reasons, to piggyback, one of the reasons I haven't ever called myself an expert also is because what I don't want to happen, you know, I mean, I'm one of those people, like, I don't want people to start shit with me because I know how I am. So I just do things so there's no reason to start it. And one of the ways so there's nothing to start, I don't call myself expert, because the last thing I want is Andreas Antonopoulos all of a sudden be like, you know what, I don't like him today. what makes you an expert, son? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like last you went Andreas Antonopoulos, Adam back, some of these people like, oh, you're an expert now. Like, well, X, Y, Z. It's like, I don't want that conversation. I always tell people I've been in a long time. I experienced just about there all is experience. And I learned a lot from it. I know which way to go forward. But as far as like experts, if I was an expert, shit, I would say if either one of us an expert, I mean, we still bounce ideas off each other, you know? So yeah, I wouldn't say that either, but that's, hey, let them nuts hang. Let them hang. I ain't mad. I'm not mad. I'm looking at a couple of comments really quick. All right. Really quick. We did skip a story. I want to go back to talk about this 3AC thing. Liquidity provider asks platforms to freeze 3AC funds to recover assets after litigation. This is a crazy one right here. But to me, this is self-regulation. So I really do like actually seeing this. Danny Yan said that their team detected that $1 million was missing from their company funds at 3 Arrow Capital. Starting. The CEO of trading firm Block 8 Blocks Capital called out to the platforms that are holding funds owned by 3AC to freeze the assets as rumors of 3AC's insolvency stay afloat. In a Twitter thread, people really be on Twitter, bro. I gotta get on Twitter.
Oh, I told you gotta be on Twitter. So I see everything a day before everybody else.
I sound like people coming to Bitcoin, like come to Twitter, like 2022 Q2. All right, let me get on this for every day. Juan explained that their company's involvement with 3AC, noting that they are paying the company to use the trading accounts that they own. The agreement including the ability to withdraw funds at any given time. Oh, you believe that one. He explained that we had known them since 2018. Thought they were competent and didn't think they were degen enough to lose billions and not employ basic risk management. Damn, is Bitboy tweeting 2 accounts? What's going on with 3AC right now? And I guess this company, 8 Blocks Capital, that I probably loaned them some money or whatever.
Oh man, yeah, that quote is hilarious. We had known them since 2018, thought they were competent and didn't think they were degen enough to lose billions and not employ basic risk management.
Well, then you don't know a real DJ, my boy.
You don't know the real DJs, my boy. But again, this is another company, 3AC, we discussed, where there's insolvency rumors right now. And again, they are saying that they went through their accountant and they detected that they are missing $1 million. And again, these long ass threads on Twitter of people who got by these corporations and by these centralized DeFi platforms is hilarious. Because again, if you thought this process through the same way you thought out that thread, you would have never invested with them anyway, or you would have had better risk management because of their risk management. So yeah, welcome to the real DGens. These dudes lost billions of dollars if this is true. But again, we're waiting for the final story. We can't say this is 100% fact. So once we can see what 3AC is actually working with, we can make it more a determination. But it's starting to kick in on Twitter now. You got to get on Twitter, King.
Yeah, I had to. This is getting crazy. Like the threads, I'm missing all the threads from CEOs going in on people, calling people DGens, calling out Ronald and stuff, calling out, I gotta check this out. This is pretty cool. I like it. Really quick, looking at some quick I'm gonna say tweets, looking at some quick chats before we go to the last story. Reggie Middleton's in the house. What's going on, Reggie? If you all missed that talk yesterday with Reggie, hosted by Marlon, make sure you catch it out on our channel. Reggie's going in depth every Wednesday at 10 a.m. PST on the DeFi sector. But I agree with him. Reggie Middleton said no sympathy for anyone who uses centralized services for decentralized currency. None, absolutely zero. I 100% agree with that. Reggie said Coinbase is next. Like, I agree with that, people. Like, and this was so frustrating about it. You keep going back to where we're trying to get away from. And again, if you're in a first world country or you have money and resources, you're fine. You don't get it. But even me being in the military and not having a debit card working or overseas in a place where no one speaks the same language and I don't know what's going on left and right, like these systems are important. It is more just about the value of them as far as fiat goes, to actually be able to use these systems, to actually be able to have a DeFi sector now. Like this is important. So yeah, if you're doing DeFi, but you're going to the CDFi thing and you're leaving a bunch of money on, like no one's going to feel sorry for you. Siba said, how are we coming up with 17K as a new low in Bitcoin? So essentially, I saw somebody kind of answer the short version of that as Crypto Rasputin said, at least for me, intuition, political economics, and educated guess. Somewhat a lot of fundamental analysis, and I still do look at some people's TA as well. But just kind of bundling all that stuff together, I kind of understand like the what is this called? The ranges of things can go once they start to kind of slip and slide. We've seen them. I mean, honestly, we've seen it happen already, right? So that's the short answer to that, basically. All right, really quick, last but certainly not least, Metaverse. Ooh, all right, here we go. We should make, I think we did put in the title. Maybe we got to make this thumbnail. Metaverse could be worth $5 trillion by 2030, McKinsey reports. That's right, people. $5 trillion is time to 1 billion X your portfolios in the next 10 years, next 8 years, actually. That's right. A new report from global consulting firm McKinsey found that the metaverse could be worth $5 trillion by 2030. Again, this article and this McKinsey report is everything that is wrong with the crypto space. Literally, everything that's wrong with the crypto space is this. We haven't even got people in the metaverse yet. Like, we're still working on hardware, software adoption. Like, and again, don't even get me started. The metaverse projects haven't entered the top 10. Hackers don't know about the metaverse like that yet. They don't think they need to be hanging around. Like, regulators don't think they need to be hanging around yet. Like, what are you talking about? We scaling. Have we had 5 million people in a metaverse concert yet? Have we had 20 million people go through a metaverse mall and buy things? Like, what are you talking about? What is worth? Like, stop it. Stop it.
Yeah. And also, too, the wording is hilarious because me and you could write a report, King, and just be like, yeah, the metaverse could be worth 10 trillion by 2030. Here's our numbers. Oh, yeah, we had a 77-page report. We gathered it from a bunch of consumers and companies, and we realized that, hey, they might pay a lot of money for stuff, and then based on the money they've already made, it could be 5 trillion by 2030. I mean, it's literally just,
how do you even count that high?
It's just a guessing game at this point. And the numbers they use, what he said here, McKinsey predicting it will make anywhere from 2 trillion to 2.6 trillion of all spending, talking about e-commerce by 2030. Virtual advertising will be another major sector with associated revenue expected to make another 144 billion to 206 billion. It's pretty hard to do these numbers simply for a few different reasons. One, inflation. Everything he said might be double what he said as far as in fiat price, but still be worth less. Also, two, the 5 trillion number. When you go that high as far as 5 trillion, that's basically just casting a wide net. And again, this is very clickbaity because I'm sure they get a lot of people who see that big number and say, ooh, if it's going to be 5 trillion, let me enter this market. Now, are we saying he's wrong? No. But what we're saying is these educated guesses, we've seen people like Bobby Lee talk about the price of Bitcoin could be 100,000 by 2024. It could be 600,000. It could be 10K. We've seen people go back and forth, flip flop, make all these predictions, whatever. But again, it is what it is when you read these reports. Hey, we got to come up with our own report, King. The entire crypto market will be $100 trillion by 2026. Like, who cares?
Yeah, this is
take a nap. I'm about to make a shirt. Stack Saps, take a nap, bro.
Oh, that's a we got one. Stack Sats, take a nap, Stack Sats. So that's a good one.
Yeah, the metaverse is going to take off to some extent, but it will be centralized. I don't think decentralized metaverses will take off as much at the beginning because they won't have as much investment. But there's gonna be a lot of centralized metaverses that are easy to use, good UX, and mom and grandma can participate. And then once the glasses go from these big ass bulky helmets down to like regular glasses, I think that's when you'll start to see more augmented reality, more virtual reality stuff.
Man, wait till you get that chip in your head.
Yeah, exactly. Just wait till you get the Neuralink, and then you'll really be living in reality. You'll be having wild dreams and shit.
Really quick, because so Kadeem, shout out to Kadeem, said, yeah, I started to say F and spend my Bitcoin on bills, OL. So one thing I will say about that to make sure I finish that thought, while I am spending my Bitcoin, I'm doing it because I also aggressively stack it right back, people. So I do want to make sure I'm clear on that. It's not like I'm spending it, I'm not reading up. No. If I spend my Bitcoin, I'm usually like, okay, in like 4 days, I'll have X amount coming, I'm gonna buy it right back. In 10 days, I'll have X amount coming in. I buy it right back. And I say that to say that way I'm still like dollar cost average and getting right back in at XYZ. But again, sometimes I do over leverage or under leverage, I guess, how much fiat I have. So sometimes I do have to jump into the crypto side. Let's see what else do we have. Looking at some last comments. When I'm looking at these comments, Zay, you got any last things you want to throw out there, announcements?
Yeah, somebody said that the only CDFI platform they trust is Gemini. So I mean, like,
they're not DeFi though.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't know but I think they may have DeFi tokens on their platform. Maybe, I don't know, but that's not a DeFi platform. They're completely centralized. They've told you that. You know who's in control, and that's what I said. I was like, we all use centralized tech. We're on the computer right now. We're on Zoom. You know what I mean? Like, you have an iPhone, so there's nothing bad. You just got to trust who the CEO is in the company. So that's all good there. I wanted to show the Gemini Twins concert, but probably not. I can't find it right now.
I told you we get along with them. Don't do them like that. If they ever get on our
Oh,
nerves, we'll put. Hey, if they ever get on our nerves, we won't say nothing bad. We'll just start the show and have the concert playing.
Don't stop
Uh,
believing. Get the lights up.
wait, was that the song they were singing?
Yeah.
Hilarious. Brian King said TGOC pulling people's crypto cards all year. LOL. No, I'm definitely on. Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Look, self-regulation has to start somewhere. It
Yeah.
has to start somewhere. I mean, it's that simple. Like when we get it wrong, call us out. Like again, we're good with that. We've said before, the new content creators. Hopefully, we say something they disagree with, they call us out on their shows. Like, cool. That is what self-regulation looks like. Let's see. All right. Other than that, I'm trying to go through some last comments. You see any good comments? These things are rolling through.
They're going fast, but nah, I think that's enough for the day.
No, JJ Wentworth. I know you lying. Jim said 3 Arrows Capital was DJing buying Hex. What the hell did you think was going to happen? I'm not believing that. But if that is true, they might have bought that shit at like 30, 40 cents. And it's what, 4 cents right now? Woo.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Yeah, that happened. That's crazy. All right. Other than that, that's the show. We went on 30 minutes longer than what we planned to. Again, we had a whole show for Bitboy. And my fault, I did say Bitcoin Ben. That's a totally different person as well. So hopefully I didn't conflate the two. You all know the difference. But other than that, make sure you smash that like and share. I'm looking at the last comments. I think we got everybody for the most part. Tune in tomorrow for Fuck Bitcoin Friday. Damn, today feel like a Fuck Bitcoin Friday. Hey, make sure we got at least 350 likes or something on this video so we can come back tomorrow. Because if I wake up early and this thing is a lacking, then I'm not going to be a liking. I don't know. That didn't work out. I tried. Smash that like and share. We see you all tomorrow. Cheers.
Cheers.